Lesson 6-3, Box and Whisker Plots. We're going to first learn what a box and whisker plot is, the different parts of it, and we're going to make a box and whisker plot. And then later in your practice, you're going to actually compare two different box and whisker plots and answer questions about them. The lower quartile, which you might see labeled as LQ, is just the median of the lower half of data. So you just find the middle number or the average of the two middle numbers, and that's your lower quartile for the lower half. You may also see it labeled as Q1 in some places. The upper quartile, which you could see labeled as UQ, is the median of the upper half of the data, and you may also see it called Q3. And these quartiles have the word quarter in them, and quarter just means that there's four parts. We have parts divided up using the lower quartile, the upper quartile, and then the median will be in the very middle. So example 1, we're going to make a box and whisker plot, and we're given a set of data. Step 1, we're going to order the numbers from least to greatest, as done below, and then find the least value, lower quartile, median, upper quartile, and greatest value. So the three of these are very quick to determine. First of all, we have the least value. It's just the smallest number. The greatest value, it's just the greatest number. When they're in order from least to greatest, it's very quick to determine those. Then we have the median, which is just the middle number. Remember, if there's two numbers in the middle, add them and divide by 2 to get your median number. Now, we want to find the lower quartile and the upper quartile. So, I'm going to look at these numbers on this lower half here. Everything that is below the median is the lower half. And out of these, I notice that these two numbers, 17 and 19, are in the middle. So halfway between those, we can just say 17 plus 19 divided by 2, and we get 18 for the lower quartile. Over here on this upper half, we have these four numbers, and there's two numbers in the middle, 26 and 28. So we'll just find the halfway point between those, which we just add them and divide by 2, and we get 27. That's called the upper quartile. And remember, you could add them and divide by 2, but if you can look and see the number that's exactly halfway between them, that's fine. So we've got our 5 values that we needed to know determined. Step 2, we're going to draw a number line and then just plot the 5 values that we found as points above the line. So we've drawn a number line. Notice that the numbers are evenly spaced on our number line. And we're going to plot these 5 points. The least value was 17. The lower quartile was 18. The median was 21. The upper quartile was 27. And the greatest value was 29. And so I just plotted those points, and we're going to use these to make a box and whisker plot. Notice that they are above the line. That's important. Okay, so step 3, we're going to draw a box from the lower quartile to the upper quartile. And we're going to also draw a line through the median. Then draw the whiskers out to the least and greatest values. So from the box, connect the whiskers. And we have now drawn a box and whisker plot. A couple of things to note is that an interquartile range is just your upper quartile minus the lower quartile. We can also say it is the box in the box and whisker plot. And you see that 50% of the data falls within that box. And one thing we're going to see, we're going to make comparisons, and data that have shorter ranges and also shorter interquartile ranges, so smaller box, are more predictable than others. The data that has a larger spread, which means longer ranges and longer boxes for the interquartile range, are more variable.